Good evening, Gooners. Good evening, football fans. I tell you what, as a host, we've got to sort these videos out, Mark. They scare me as a host. You don't know if they're going to go or not. Anyway, okay, good evening, guys. We are here to talk about the Arsenal-Liverpool match that happened at the weekend on Sunday, where Liverpool won 1-0. But before we get into that, I'm going to introduce my guests. I have my wingmen, not wingman, wingmen with me tonight. I've got, what have you got on there now? What? If you can, oh my Lord. I'm just going to call you Richie Statosaurus, all right? How you doing? How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah, good. And we've got Mark. I don't know what, yeah, I'm going to call you it. The Braveheart in the M5, I believe. Yeah. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. Got my mouse working.
That's
After that would have took me 3 days if you hadn't pointed out to us. But apart from that, yeah, I'm really, really good.
I'm going to be honest, mate. I was going to leave that alone.
You took the dongle out of the bottom.
Yeah, he was playing with his dongle. That's it, plain and simple. Okay, Richard, because we did the watch along, right? I'm going to let you go first. Give us your absolute analysis of the game and your thoughts about the game afterwards, all in one go, if you can, mate. And then I'll come to you next, Mark.
Yeah, well, I was happy with the starting lineup. It's pretty much what I'd have expected to contain what you'd expect an early Liverpool onslaught. That didn't come. We started well. We pressed. We were probably the better team in the first half. We didn't create enough or clear-cut opportunities. Getting to the second half seems to be going well. Then from about 50 to 70 minutes, they pick up a bit of rhythm. They slot tweaks a couple of things to get a tune out of them, and they start in the ascendancy. Then on 69th minutes, we bring on Eza and Odegaard, which for me that's not a negative substitution. That's a substitution to say I want to win this match. They get on. We have a couple of opportunities as a falls when he's in the running into the box. If he'd stayed on his feet, he could have maybe got a shot away and on target. Odegaard tries one which leaves just over, dinks one over top, which leaves Gyökeres flat-footed, and then round about 86th minute, the ball from Van Dijk straight through to Jones bypasses Rice and Zubamendi, and Zubamendi gets back and makes what I consider a sensible foul, and which gives Liverpool a free kick 30 yards out, and Slobozai steps up and scores, hits the post. I don't think Raya could have done anything with it, and we can't get anything in the final sort of 20 minutes, and it ends 1-0 to Liverpool.
So basically, mate, that the foul that Zubamendi committed, that's classed as a taken one for the team kind of foul, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's made a decision there to if I don't bring him down, he's closer to goal. He might feed somebody, or he'll get a shot off on target, and which could end in a goal. Whereas a free kick 30 yards out, it's going to have to be extremely special to beat Raya.
Yeah.
So he thought, well, it's going to have to be extremely special to beat Raya. I'll take the one for the team and bring him down here.
That's fair enough. Mark, give us your breakdown, mate, and how you saw it.
Yeah, like pretty much the same as Richard. It was the first time that I'd my time watching Arsenal that we actually went and, especially the first half, and dominated, had absolutely control of the whole entire game. Well, that half, especially at Anfield, we kept the crowd quiet. And do you know what? In hindsight and reflecting back to this, I actually think that Arteta is and he is, we know this, a freak for control. And I think that's what he tried to do in the first half. And yeah, it was. It was. I don't know if I'm frustrated or not frustrated at it, because I'll go back to like a previous game that we played where he was actually gun ho, and Xhaka got the crowd up just before half time. Arteta argued with Klopp. The whole crowd got lifted. Arsenal were winning, and I can't remember the score. It was either 2-1 Liverpool that game or 2-2. But it was there for the taking. Arsenal, I think it was 2-all. Arsenal were 2-0 up in that game. We done the exact opposite in that. And it's almost like Arteta's trying to find his feet. So within how to play Liverpool at Anfield, I found it frustrating. And the reaction afterwards has also been frustrating, if I may, on that, because should he have went for it a bit more? But I understand what he was doing, and he nullified the crowd, he nullified Liverpool, and yeah, I just felt that game was there for the taking. I felt it was there for the taking. And one of the most absolutely frustrating things, rather than give a breakdown that Richard does, and I'll touch on the goal first, actually. When you hit the inside of the post and it goes in the goal, no keeper in the world is saving it.
Agreed.
So I like. There's nothing. You cannot blame Rhea. You cannot do anything. It's just outstanding. You do not save them. But the most frustrating part that I took from the game was what we were talking about all transfer window days, and that was the left wing. Martinelli.
I know what's coming here. I know what's coming.
Martinelli, I have protected you, and I've tried to protect you in my analysis here. If he was playing for a counter-reacting team, like a Forest or
Brentford, someone like that.
Brentford, Crystal Palace, I think you would see the best of this boy. Even right now, Man United, I think you would see the best of this kid.
That's a fair point. But
at Arsenal, against a low block, this kid is running his head down, never lifts it up, and then once he's done a 20-yard dart, he's running back to maybe the ball and trying to pass it somewhere else. It is so frustrating to watch. It's doing nothing for him, and he's given absolute zero to Arsenal. Bar defending. But when you've got one of the best defences in Europe, I don't understand why we need that there. So that's kind of my take, mate.
I just want to touch on. I'm going to ask you both other questions in a moment, but I want to touch on the Martinelli thing. And Richard, I'll come to you in a second, yeah. But it's as if sometimes he's running with the ball and he's forgetting that he's running out of field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where he could cross it so much earlier and he doesn't. He just keeps going. It's like it is because he's got his head down and because he's not looking up. And it's as if I've got to get as close to the byline as possible. That's the feeling I get with him. Such a good kid as well, and I agree. If a smaller team, like as you say, Brentford, Forest, even he'd fit in at Forest. Yeah, you're getting 10, 15, maybe even 20 goals out of him a season, but he just can't seem to do it for Arsenal at the moment. And it is a shame. Richard, we said in the watch along, didn't we, that in the first half he just totally and utterly frustrated us, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, especially the one where from the halfway line he could and should have passed it to Gyökeres in, and then he ran a bit, but he still had the chance, and then he ran past Gyökeres into the box, and he ended up running it out of play. And you've got he seems devoid of confidence, and he's looking at his feet. He's trying to It's like he's thinking and can't make his mind up what he wants to do. He's overthinking it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like he's playing with his shoelaces tied together.
Do you know what? See if you
ahead.
go back. See if you go back to the Chelsea game. Like, you know, Martinelli will always be remembered for that. They corner to Chelsea and he broke away and Kanté sweeps and he runs through. And he does all that movement without thinking. So, Richard, I actually really get your point on that with him. And it's almost like he's forgot or he's been overloaded with information. Maybe that's it, overloaded with information. And we're not actually able or capable of seeing what this kid's actually got. But for me, the best wingers run with their head up. And Martinelli, for me, it's almost like I have to put the blinkers on, run as fast as I can, and then see what I could do next.
Yeah.
And it's just like you would expect him to progress more. Is this Arteta, Des? Is this Arteta?
It's got to be. To answer your question, mate, and then we'll move on to my next one in a moment, right? But to answer your question, small part Arteta, but a lot of it to me, and this might sound very simplistic, but to me, it comes down to the player more than Arteta because he's got to think about what he needs to do. Arteta's not always on his shoulder going, right, cross it now, cross it. Do you know what I mean? So he's got to work out, hold on, this is a good crossing opportunity. Or even if it was it doesn't have to be a cross, just a pass. You know what I mean? It's a good pass. It's a good cross. It doesn't have to always go down by the corner flag. Do you know what I mean, Mark?
Yeah. I get that. I think, do you know what? See when Declan Rice took the free kicks against Real Madrid, you need, and this is the point that you're making, Des, and like, so hopefully this comes over. Declan Rice was told not to do that. Declan Rice was told to reverse, but Declan Rice is like, oh, I fancy this, and I'm doing it, and so you're right with that. Maybe sometimes the player needs to. But we've sucked every bit of confidence out of him, Des. Something needs to.
Yeah, no, I get what you're getting at as well, but it's so easy to blame Arteta. What's your thoughts on it, Richard, before I go on to my next question?
Well, my thing is I'm frustrated because one of the pre-season games, was it Newcastle, Tottenham, Odegaard played the ball through, he's clear through on goal with Saka. He passes it Saka to round the keeper and put into an empty net on the pre-season game, so he can do it and he can get that final product right. But it seems then in other games he's just got his head down and he can't do. Maybe he needs a bit more time and space. And the way we play don't give him that.
Here's a question, lads. I don't even know if he could do this, so this is more of a hypothetical question, right? Would he play better down the middle? Mark, what do you think?
Again, but Des, because of the control factor, I think he would like a Fulham, a Crystal Palace, West Ham, 100%. But because we are controlled and teams are like, we'll give you the ball, we're just going to sit in and block you, he's not going to get that space. See, the only time that, when that did work, and so I see the angle you're coming at 100%.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to that Chelsea game. We're down to 10 men. Chelsea have pushed everyone on us. That's gravy for Martinelli. He'll bomb forward and do his thing. And so for other teams, yes, it would work. Within the system of Arsenal, I don't believe. I'm trying to defend this kid, and
it's hard. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
It's getting harder, Des. If I'm being honest.
You guys have a think about this and see if you can come up with a suggestion for the end of the show about Martinelli. Yeah, but before I go to my next question, I just want to go into the chat and say hello to the guys that have joined us. So, Hente, you're becoming a regular, mate. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being in the chat. And then we've got We've got Dan, the Nottingham Forest fan. Big shout out to Dan. Go and check him out on his Talk Forest TV, guys. He brings out some brilliant content. Go and show the brother some love. Who else we got? We've got Hente again. I'm going to go into this in a minute, Hente, actually. Gyökeres had 2 touches in the opposition box at 18 touches altogether, okay? We'll come into this in a second, guys. We've got to just show one more. And, of course, our brother from another mother. Evening, Emerson, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Evening, Emerson.
Right, I'm going to go back to... I was going to talk about Saliba first, but I'm actually going to talk about Gyökeres first because Hente's brought it up, right? Gyökeres had 2 touches in the opposition's box and 18 altogether. Richard, break it down because he's a striker. How many touches is he meant to have, mate?
Well, if you look at Haaland, he doesn't have many. And if you're wanting him to just put the ball in the back of a net, not many. However, we've got to learn to feed him better, and he's got to learn how we play. There will be tough games and there will be hard games, but let's be honest, he wasn't brought in to help us beat Liverpool or Man City. We can do that, and we have shown we can do that, and he hasn't been in the team. What he's been brought in is to try and get the goals against the mid-table and the low block teams, the ones where we've got points in the past. Okay,
do you agree with that, Mark, or do you want to add any more to that?
Yeah, I slightly disagree with that. I think that Arsenal need to change their system completely and give up some of the ball to make Gyökeres work.
I'd agree with that, actually.
I said this during the... I tried to explain this, maybe not correctly, but during the summer, Des, when we touched on Sesko, and the reason I want Sesko, but I think Sesko is more suited to Arsenal in this current setup that Arsenal are playing. Gyökeres, for me, is the better footballer out of the two of them. It's just that you need to get the ball to him. So I do agree with Richard. Gyökeres, actually, no, I don't. Actually, Richard, I don't. I think Gyökeres brings more to Arsenal than Haaland brings to Man City. I honestly do believe that. But Arsenal need to find that. And you'll not find it after 3 games. So let's not...
we've got 35 to go yet. That's long.
Yeah, let's not get carried away with it. You're not going to find that.
And he's not fit yet, is he, either?
No, exactly. Exactly. He didn't.
He didn't get a pre-season, did he? He didn't get a pre-season either.
No, he didn't. And so... And he's kind of been pushed in because of Havertz to get him up to speed quicker. He's having to play, so you will see more when it comes through. But I think Arteta needs to change our system. If this is your striker, just change the system. I'm not saying completely, but just tweak it and get that ball to him. His purpose is to score goals. I do not care, and honestly, I do not. See if he has 5 touches in a game and he has a hat trick. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I just wanted to add something. It's gone out my head now. I might just blurt it out in a minute. So sorry, guys, if I do that. Yeah, that was it. It's just come back to me. The game where Saka could have put it across, but all right, Saka scored, fair enough. But he could have put it across, and Gyökeres could have tapped it in. I just think don't get me wrong, I love the star boy, but I thought he was a little bit greedy there, to be honest. And we've got to get rid of this greed in our players. And
if you go back to the Man United game, there was the Martinelli one where he could have fed Saka or Gyökeres, and the same with the Odegaard chance. The chances are there, and we're getting those opportunities. It's just breaking that old habit of ball retention and not taking making that pass through the defence for him to run onto, and it's going to take time. And as I said, we might suffer a little bit, and there might be a little bit of pain along the way. But the league isn't what generally won in the first few weeks.
Exactly.
So we'll get there, and we'll see by October, November. It's just starting to click.
Right, I'm gonna thank you, Hente. Thank you very much for your comment, mate. Keep them coming. We do enjoy it. It makes the show a lot easier when you all make comments and ask questions. It's brilliant. Right, guys, just to let you know as well, tonight's show is a little bit shorter than normal because we've all got things to do. So sorry about that, but we are trying to keep you entertained here. So we're doing our best. Right, next point I wanted to bring up, and this did annoy me, but again, I'm not blaming Arteta here. You'll get what I mean, right? The Saliba incident. I think he went down in the first minute and left the pitch. Am I right? Was it the first?
Yeah,
First
about fourth minute.
Fourth minute.
I think
sorry,
it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
I stand correct. Cheers, Rich. 4th minute he went down, right? Now, we all know that he took a knock in warm-up, yeah? And I know the player turned round and said, I'm okay. But whoever turned round to Arteta and said, yeah, Saliba can play, that annoys me, really. And I've got to say, before I go to whoever's going to carry on with the point, Mascara, when he came on, he looked like he'd been playing for us for years. But, right, Rich, I'll let you go first on this one. The Saliba incident. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, I can't put any blame on Arteta. Biggest game of the season, and you're at Anfield. You're going to want your best defender on the field, and you're going to take his words because you want to have your best defensive unit out there, and you've got a rookie who's only come in pre-season and had a number of games to try and get used to it. It's a risk, so I can. But once Mascara came on, he was brilliant. But the team had to adapt to protect the defence a bit more because they weren't sure how he was going to cope in that game, and just had to give him a bit more protection and a bit more backup. It's one of those things, and sprained ankles, twisted ankles are going to happen. You can't account for them. Saliba obviously thought he was able to carry on, and he just got another knock on it, and which meant he couldn't.
That's fair enough. What your thoughts on it, Mark, mate?
Do you know what that is? See, for me, I would never wish an injury on any of our players, far from it, especially with our star ones. But when you look at last season, Saliba, Odegaard, Saka, Havertz all went down. Look at the start of this season; they've all went down again. Not in the same form as last season, but everyone went down. But this season, what you're seeing is the quality is there, and we have a replacement. Mascara came in, and like you said, I thought he was outstanding. I thought you would have thought that he's played for Arsenal for years. I did not feel uncomfortable. Saliba was not in the park, and none what you would.
And we've had that fear. We've had that fear in the past, haven't we, Mark?
Yeah, 100.
If Saliba's injured, if Gabriel's injured, the back four is messed up.
Exactly.
I mean, for want of better words, the back four is messed up, isn't it?
Yeah. 100%, and so it shows the depth that we do have in the squad. And Saliba will be demanding to play. He's not wanting to miss that game, and like Richard said. So
he's a player.
Yeah, but he's probably felt something and thought, right, hold on a minute. I broke down last season. I'm not breaking down this season, and he's came off. So I don't blame it at all. But what I do want to see this year is, I think something is wrong at the club. We've only had really one season where players are not breaking down in massive amounts. Last season, we had the record injury out of all the teams in the Premier League, and every team gets some. So don't shoot me. I just feel I want to see Arteta rotate a lot more. I'm going to put a lot more pressure on Arteta this season. He's got the quality.
I think we have to in a way, but he'll be putting pressure on himself as well, though, Mark.
No, I know that. But you've got the players there. Get them involved. Keep them involved. Don't have to play players like Saka 5-0 up and Saka still in the park, etc.
Good
We
point.
don't need that. So
Point.
it's time to make sure that we are trying to not break our players. And I'm not saying that's the reason. I don't know what it is, but for whatever it is, less game time would be better.
Richard, just quickly before I go on to my next question, like Mark has just said, to back Mark up as well, we don't want to see players playing every single minute this season because we have got the depth in the team now. Do you agree, or would you?
Oh yeah, we've got depth. We were out without Havertz, and after 4 minutes we were without Saliba. And in Odegaard's position, we could have had Nwaneri, we could have had Eza. In Saka's, we could have had Nwaneri, we had Madueke there, so we could have put Dalman on. You've got options now. What he needs to do is that in-game management and that being able to swap the players around game to game. I am looking specifically Forest, Olympiacos, Athletic Club Bilbao away, City, and what we do in those games and what he does. I don't want to see players being overplayed when there's no need, because the quality now is so good.
So we all agree on that point then, don't we?
Yeah.
You know? Guys, we don't need to talk about this as a Bosley goal because it was an amazing goal. Everybody's seen it. Ray is not at fault. He could be said partly. You could say he was. If you're going to fault him, you could say one thing: he was possibly slightly not right in the right position to save it. Yeah, but still thinking like Mark said earlier, the way it went in, no keeper's going to save it. Okay, so we accept that there's a Bosley goal was an amazing goal. Okay, so. The thing is, right, Liverpool to me, throughout the whole of the watch along, didn't look like they were going to score. As an example, Salah didn't really get many touches on the ball. As me and Richard have said, in the first half, we were outplaying them, I thought. I'm going to go to you, Richard, first, just because of what we said about the first half. Sorry, Mark, I will come to you afterwards.
No, sorry.
Richard, what I just basically said, but who were the outstanding players for you for Arsenal in this game as well?
Calafiori and Madueke were the two big plus points in there. Mosquera as well. What I will say is, when you look at that match and if you watch it again, look at how much respect Liverpool gave us.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Because in the last few seasons, right, they wanted to be gung ho because they didn't think we could hurt them, but they were scared of us, and they were more defensive against us. So they showed us more respect. But yeah, I mean, those three players for me were a standout. Zubimendi again as well.
Was outstanding as well. I know he gave away that free kick, but he was outstanding.
He's a ghost. He goes about doing his work really silently.
He just pops up and he's there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mark, your thoughts on that, mate? Outstanding players for Arsenal in the game.
Yeah, do you know what? I would have gave for me, Madueke would get it. I thought he was an absolute way. I thought he was different class, and I'm not just mean for Arsenal. I actually thought he was one of the best players on the pitch, if not the best player on the pitch. But Mosquera, 100%. First game coming in, absolutely outstanding. And Zubimendi, he's just one of these players that you can watch in 90 minutes of football and you'll never actually even understand if he's on the pitch.
Yeah, no, good point. Yeah.
Like he just like glides through a game and you'll not see anything like massive there. So yeah, it was very controlled, and Richard actually got that bang on. The respect that Liverpool showed, because they do like chaotic, and they are chaotic this season. The games that they played so far, it's like you score 2 and we'll score 3. That's kind of like their attitude. But against Arsenal, they were like, no way they were doing that because they knew they couldn't. So the respect levels were there.
I must admit, to finish the game off, because we've got to go in a minute, but to finish the game off, I took a lot of, as I said in the Big Sunday show when I was on with Paul on Sunday, I wasn't angry, I was disappointed, and I took a lot of positives from the game, from how we played and what we've talked about this evening. What do you guys? I'll start with you this time, Mark. What do you think? I mean, did you take positives from the game?
Yeah, I did. I actually did take positives, but I've also took negatives as well because I actually thought they were there for the taking.
Okay.
I was just like, should we have been just a bit more braver? But that's okay saying in hindsight, Des. Like, I'd be an idiot if I'd, like, for saying this. It's okay saying this. You open up and you get beat 2-0 and you're like, oh, what'd you open up for? We could have got a draw. So it's, yeah, there is positives there. But I do have a banger for you before you close. You don't have to answer that. I just want to put it out there. But,
no, it's cool. But I've got one more. It's a point I want to make, and then I'm going to ask you both to join in because it's about a specific thing. But Richard, your thoughts on,
Yeah, I mean, you're disappointed with the result, but my thing is, in that match, in that game, did Liverpool really look miles better on us?
No.
Did we look like we can compete with Liverpool to the end of the season? And I thought we could.
Yeah, I'd agree. Would you agree, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, Mark, I'm going to leave your banger right to the end, mate. Okay. There's just this one point I want to make. This isn't basically for a discussion, but I do want your thoughts on it. You know what I mean? But I've been watching a lot of stuff this week that, people go, the influencers, I'm not going to mention names because it's not right, going on to shows and saying, I've had it with this club. Well, all I can say to that is, and I'm going to ask the other two guys what they think as well. If you've had it with this club, it's simple. Go support someone else. Don't bitch about it and moan about it. If you're on a show saying, I've had it with this club 100%, go support someone else. Mark, your thoughts?
It is. I say the same. Supporting a football club, it's not a choice. You're born into it, or it finds you somehow. It finds you. You're there regardless. So anything not like we could all get frustrated, but yeah, it's like these are good times. I've seen bad times.
Yeah, we all have. Yeah. Richard, your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, I mean, results. It's a reaction to the result because, and we can all do it, but look at it after you know the result, and you can't come away. You shouldn't be able to come away with any other opinion and say, well, on another day he misses that and we get a point, or Eze tucks that ball away and doesn't go down. It's fine margins. And when was the last time we lost to a Big Six club with Arteta at the helm?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and the club have backed him in the window this year. Yeah, and the club have backed him in this year, and they've done the job properly this year.
Yeah. Right, Mark, it's time for your banger, mate. Let's hear your banger.
Yeah, it's just a couple of short questions, right? So all I need yes and no from either of you, okay?
Yeah.
Like, did both of you watch the All or Nothing documentary?
Yes.
Did both of you see the formation, not the formation, the way that the club like to run, 2 players in every position, bar goalkeeper, there's 3?
Yes.
Did both of you make any sense of Trossard signing a new contract that is not extended but it's a pay rise?
No.
Here's my banger. Why would Arsenal have Odegaard, Ethan and Eze as number 10s? Or why would Arsenal have Trossard, Martinelli, and Eze as left wing? A bid came in today for Trossard. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does.
So that's my banger test. Sorry.
No, it's cool, man.
I know it's kind of long-winded.
No, it's fine. It's fine, bro.
No,
Two
enjoyable.
You make a great point. You make an absolute great point. Yeah.
He's off.
Yeah, he's going. And I wish the lad all the good luck because he's played well for Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always looked at. I like Trossard. A great finisher. Always looked a bit moody though when he's on the pitch, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But if he wants to go and get first team football and he's off, good luck to you, bro. And thanks for what you've done for the club. Appreciate
and
it.
if we get a decent fee for him, even better.
Yeah,
100%.
Exactly.
You know, why Saudi always come in with the transfer window shut though? It's like
because it's the is it a Saudi or Turkish
Saudi.
team?
Yeah, that's why then. Different windows, isn't it?
Yeah, because they've got a different.
Yeah, no, but they could have done it at the start of the English window, and then you get the rest of that. But I think
they don't.
Do you know what I'm more annoyed with? We couldn't swap him for Rodrigo from Real Madrid.
I don't, mate. I'm crying. I'm absolutely crying.
There's Rich.
But it does open up a spot.
Rich, Mark, there's my bagger.
Yeah. I actually think that Arsenal did go for Rodrigo, but I actually thought that it's always been the plan that Trossard would go. And the way the club's thinking. That's my thinking anyway. I could be wrong. But then on top of that, what's maybe happened is they went to Rodrigo and Real Madrid, said, is this happening? They said no, and then they've just went full sweep, Eze, Arsenal, end of.
Sorry, Mark, I thought you finished. Sorry. Carry on.
No, I'm finished. Okay.
I just want to apologise to Retroholic Gamer because he's just banged in a message and we're just about to end, mate. I'm really sorry, but I'll try. We'll have to whiz through this one, lads, yeah? Arteta needs to be gone to make a real difference to our team in a lot of games. He seems to have the team like they're in a back of a police van with handcuffs on. Arsene Wenger would have this team playing. Mark, I'm going to let you. Do you want to answer it?
Do you know what, Retro? I kind of know where you're coming from. He has got the shackles on them. I bet. And that's what we said. If you watch podcast back, bro, you've just came in. If you watch it back, we'll have kind of discussed, touched on the Arteta thing. I think the shackles are on a bit, and I wish they weren't. I wish we could flow football like 22, 23 days. We're empty in stadiums like half-time, 5-0.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want them to get back, but there has to be a balance, Retroholic. So, yeah, I'm not going to lose my head over another Arteta question. So, Richard, over to you.
Cool, man. Richard, what's your thoughts on Retro's comment?
Yeah, you've got to think, the first time we challenged for the title, we were really gung-ho, really attacking, and we lost to City. He then moved to a more defensive approach, and probably too far that way. There has to be a balance, and I think he's trying that this season. We're not getting that final ball right at the moment, but by the end of the season, I think you'll see more fluidity, more attacking play with that defensive solidity. You're not going to see it against the big teams because he wants to keep it tight. But so Alex Ferguson, one of the greatest Premier League managers of all time, he said you want to keep it tight against your main rivals and then win all the rest.
What he actually said was strikers will win your games, defences win your leagues.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
But he would always say, if you're going to your rivals,
don't lose.
The best point of call is not lose.
Yeah, I get that.
And Arteta does that when we go to places like Anfield and the Etihad and that he tries not to lose first.
No, 100%.
Right, on that note, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. It's been a great little show. We've covered a lot of stuff in a short period of time. Thank you very much for your time this evening. to both of
No,
you,
thank you.
and have a great evening, whatever you're doing, guys. It is the end of the show. I'm really sorry. I know we usually go for an hour plus, but I haven't got the time tonight, so we've done the best with the time slot that we've got. Thank you for joining us in the chat, everybody. Emerson, Hente, Retroholic Gamer. Have I missed anybody out? Oh, and
Yeah,
Dan, the Forest fan.
God. And you also missed out that Richard was later. We could have run him.
Yeah. If Richard had been on time, we could have had an hour, but he didn't want to be. So.
Yeah, my local Chinese hadn't cut the cats and dogs up quick enough.
For goodness
I'm sorry.
For goodness
Cut it.
I love doing shows with you guys. I really do. It's an education. Okay, guys. As you know, it's the international break at the moment, so I can't really tell you what shows are coming up, but there may be a few in the pipeline in the next couple of days. Just keep the notification button on. Don't forget to give us a like, a thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't subbed already, please sub. And also, if you're a Gooner, whatever football fan you are, enjoy your football. Just love it. Talk about it. Do what we do, because that's what we enjoy. So, thank you for joining us. Thanks, guys, again for joining me. You've been great. I've really enjoyed it. Take care of each other. Love each other. Love yourself even, because everybody needs a bit of love now and again. Peace. We're out of here.